Welcome back to another Field of Glory guide, tips and tricks. It's going to be a quick one. This is about pursuits. I want to address two situations that are difficult to set up in the editor before talking about what we have here. So, those of you who are watching this undoubtedly already know that only certain types of units pursue. And, when you charge a unit that's routing, your unit then goes in pursuit. So, for example, if this was a routing blue unit, and there was another blue unit back here. The red unit could normally charge 4 tiles, but you could hit the router, they would flee, and then you could extend your movement and hit the next target. That extension of movement also goes for breaking units, so you can have one unit break 2 or 3. I'm not sure about 4, but I've definitely seen 3 units, one after the other, and just charge down the line. That might seem weird when a unit can normally only move 4 units, but the game's design is such that time isn't supposed to be linear. The ability of units to do this sort of thing is to simulate, sudden collapses, sudden swings of fortune, these things we read about in primary source battle narratives. Okay. The two things I want to talk about mostly in this video are, one, the fact that pursuers ignore zones of control, just like routers. So, in this situation, we have our Albanian cavalry, these frag peasants break, and pursuers will ignore Zox and charge whatever is vulnerable. In this case, the crossbowmen. The bounce could have been a bad impact for the crossbows. In this situation, a bounce is good, to be honest, so the Swiss pikes don't pile in. Now, it's been a second unit of Swiss pikemen facing the square, so you would have two, primary Zox, very tough units on the square. The Albanians would have simply ignored them and run straight through this gap, and then, been in position later all the way behind Blue's line. Ouch. Now, this is the thing, again, to simulate those swings of fortune and the fact that in the chaos of a collapse, men might be frozen or not sure how to respond, etc., etc. So that's something to keep in mind when you're trying to decide how to engage. That it can be bad if you stick something like this, yes, but it can also be good, if you can read the field to see how are your men going to pursue through, what kind of targets are they going to hit. Keep in mind also that pursuing frag units may charge the enemy, only if the odds favor them, though, and they do not take a check for doing so. Okay, this other one is kind of a rare edge case that I think a lot of people don't know about, and it's quite interesting. So we have this situation, it's identical. So you're here, right? Your default pathing is right there. You break, you flee, and you ride past because, as you know, this is not a flank attack, right? Moving your unit into place and then charging doesn't count as a flank. You have to start your whole turn at a 90-degree or greater angle behind the enemy. However, when you break an enemy unit and it flees and your unit sets off in pursuit, that resets and becomes the new original angle of your attack. So, in this case, if we move here first, then charge, and flee, and then, because direction reset, we can get an auto drop. This isn't something you can take advantage of all the time, maybe not even, once a game on average, but, little things like that can win you matches. So, yeah, like I said, very short. I don't think it's not a full guide on pursuit. I think that would take a lot of work to set up very specific editor situations, but just the consideration of ignoring Zox and this ability to potentially set up auto drops that are normally impossible. Let me know in the comments below if you think of more subjects you want covered by these. Until next time.